Last time on Lawful Stupid.
We rallied the troops inside of the cave where we met the refugees of Oxbane. Things got a little bit heated at first.
I mean, more than a little bit.
Through no fault of anyone's.
It's true. It was a victimless crime.
For the most.
But there's a plan now. We got Luna, a new kung fu gnome.
Yeah, lots of good stuff going on. So let me just recap, since all three of them suddenly lost their ability to recap. So essentially, we started in the cave. Kristoff ran his mouth to the Magister. Heated words were exchanged. Overall, things not so bad. A plan was made. Findle is going to be the numero uno distraction. They're going to have an exfil team, and then they're going to go and try and shut the gates in the town and rescue survivors.
Yeah.
Yep.
That sound good?
Great.
It does.
So let's go into this, my awesome intro and outro boyos.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So to paint the picture, this group stands Chiringa, stands Gidgaiza, Jodo, Lance, Commander Kendo, Luna, Findle with his new to you, Dragonling, the silver gray Dragonling on his shoulder, and you can see the tents behind you, and Kristoff.
People of Oxbane!
And people begin looking in your direction, and you're getting some looks. Some people are just kind of ignoring you.
Listen, we have been dealt a blow. Since I left my ancestral home of silence, the first place that welcomed me with, well, yes, wanted posters and, well, yes, persecution, but also kinship and belonging, was Oxbane. It is my second home. I will do all that is required to ensure that Oxbane remains secure. There are kinsmen of ours still hiding amongst the rubble from this scourge, these dark denizens of deceit and malady that plague our home. We step forth to save those who cannot save themselves. We step forth to ensure that our home is safe once more. And when we return, it shall be a victory for us all.
And you hear some cheering.
I would like to roll persuasion to see just exactly how much cheering.
Yeah.
I also played music in the background thematically.
That is a gentleman's 25.
Yeah, you definitely hear a good amount of cheering from the people near you. More guards than anything else are cheering on the battle. You kind of get the impression that a lot of morale has been sapped out of the people. Like, you guys just showed up.
Yeah.
They've been dealing with this. And Findle walks over and says to Kristoff, "Don't take it so hard, my boy. It's been a rough few days for everyone."
Yes, I thought they might need some hope.
If anyone's going to do it, it would be you three.
Thank you, Fendel. Also, sweet brag.
And he looks at you and looks at his Dragonling and says, "Thanks," and starts heading out the cave.
You don't want to expand on that at all, Fendel? You don't want to...
And he turns and says, "You just gave me a compliment."
Yeah, but like...
Where'd you get it?
What's to do with that dragon?
Oh, I'm sorry. When you say sweet cape, Findle, I didn't think to be like, "Oh, it's a great cape. I got it from the hills of Tuscany." No, I didn't do any of that. I just said thanks.
Oh, what a magnificent cape!
I would appreciate the backstory, frankly.
Oh, the Dragonling? This is Piper. He's my friend.
I speak to Piper in Draconic and I say, hail and well met, Tiny Viking.
And in Draconic, you hear a very, very familiar voice that says,
Good.
Hello, Kristoff. This...
It's your father. It is
Where
your
have I heard the
dad.
voice before?
No, it's not your dad. You
I
can
understand it too.
roll
I speak Draconic.
Oh, do you?
Yes.
So you also hear, hello, Kristoff. And the voice is familiar because you've heard it in Oxbane. It is Findle's voice.
Oh, I kind of always figured. Is this what remains of your sanity? And I pet it.
And it bites you.
I kind of figured. Ow. And I stuck my
And
finger.
he says, despite my appearances, I'm not a pet.
No, of course not. I pet all my friends and I scratch beneath Atlas's chin.
And I welcome it.
And you see Findle's, human scratching under Atlas, too. And you see the
It's just
dragon.
Findle and Kristoff scratching at Atlas's chin and staring at the
Guaranteed
dragon.
this is the comic for this episode.
Finger on
And
temples.
you see the dragonling
Just-
with just this sad face and says, I'm really sorry about that.
Oh, no worries. You may not know this about me, but I take off my glove to reveal that my hand is completely covered in silver scales. I go,
And he looks at your hand and says, I do know that, actually. Your eyes give it away, my boy.
yes, well. I put my glove back on.
But it's good to see a fellow dragon.
I bow deeply.
And the dragonling nods as much as he can perform half a bow without causing human Findle, some issues.
You know, I was
Sweet
born
deal.
with
Just wanted to chase that rabbit
I
hole.
was born with a medical condition. You know,
You were born with the lion's
I was
heart.
born with the heart of a dragon, but I say it in Draconic.
Oh, I see.
And Dragon Findle says,
Me too.
It's good that it's good that you have dreams and ambitions.
I have nothing but my ambitions. Just a quick glance.
You know why I sleep so much? You know why I fucking sleep all day? Because I got big fucking dreams.
That's good.
All right, let's go kill some monsters and
And-
shut some doors.
Yeah.
Findle
Yes, please.
says, so are we going to blow this powder keg or what?
You're going to blow all the powder kegs in a distance from the gate and distract all the bad guys while we go close some gates. That's the plan, in case nobody told you, Findle.
Okay, that sounds great. Blow things up. Got it. And Findle starts walking out of the cave.
Just clap the boys on the shoulder. Like, this is great. Let's go fucking die, boys.
It's a great day for it. Marching order is Kristoff, Atlas, Rowan in a little triangle in the center of the group. Around them is Turinga, Lance, Jodo, and Gidgeza. Around them is the guard, and we're in a 3-layer circle of moving to the point and executing.
That's interesting that you put you guys in the center. Interesting. And Findle's walking outside of that circle, just ahead of everyone.
Yeah, Findle is 50 meters away from me at all times.
And so you guys do. You make the march from the cave to the edge of the forest, where you see the field. The field that separates the city wall, the ruins of the city wall, or the tattered city wall, and the edge of the woods. And as you guys are getting closer to Findle, he's holding up a hand as if to halt everyone. And you see several of the monstrosities in what can only be described as a no man's land. between the walls and the forest.
I nod to Findle.
And Findle looks back and he says, I'm going to do some real big magic. You may want to go around.
I can't wait.
And Findle,
We wait to see what the big
Okay,
magic
that way.
is, and then go around it.
Findle turns and he begins to walk out from the forest edge. And he walks right up to the first one, who's looking another direction, and in true Findle fashion, just kind of slaps on its back and starts, like, bugging it. And when it turns around, Findle raises a hand, and a single blue arcane bolt shoots forward. And it's almost like this laser with no end. It shoots into the sky. And you watch the demon fall down. And Findle goes, oh, I can do better than that. And he starts walking forward, and the demon, another demon turns around, or another monstrosity turns around, and then another, and another, and now you have 3 or 4 heading his direction, and he does the same thing. Except for this time, he sweeps a horizon across, and you see the wall behind explode, brick flying all over the place as this beam cuts through a wave of these. Not just the 3 or 4 in front of him, but the 6, the 12 behind them, and he cuts them down. And he cuts a huge hole in the wall. And you hear this amplified voice that says, that should do it, boys! And he starts heading towards this hole in the wall.
Guess that's our in.
And he's heading towards this new hole he has created in the city wall. What do you guys want to do?
X gonna give it to you, and we all run in.
Yeah.
Bum, bum, bum,
Wait,
bum,
we're
bum,
stealthy.
bum.
We stealthily.
Play it
Go
quietly
ahead.
then in the beginning.
This is the loot.
So that begs the question, are you guys just following right in behind him? Are you guys going around a different way? Like,
I think that's our best bet, is to go through the Findle hole. Anybody else?
Yeah.
Because he'll go in, cause a distraction, and then once we're inside the gate, then we'll peel off.
alright, so that's what we're doing. So, you do notice that as you break off, the Commander Kendo and his team begin to build like a line at the forest edge. And just outside the forest edge. And Kendo says, as soon as you're back, as soon as you make it through this wall, we'll cover you.
I cast Mage Hand up into the air, and I do my wave deal. And that's the signal. That means we made it out.
And Kendo nods as you show him that. And so you guys, you run in behind Findle, and staggered, obviously, and you see Findle step over, and you see the flash of light again, and more of them drop. And when you guys go in, you see a staggeringly large number of these things now pulling towards Findle. And Findle uses this attack again, but you see a shield form on these things as more of them group together, and you can see this blue arcane bolt of energy, almost beam of consistent energy. It starts hitting this energy shield across them, and you hear this magnified voice, of course that wouldn't work the whole time. And you hear, your turn. And Findle taps on his dragonling. And Piper transforms. And as you guys are heading your direction, the opposite, you see a giant silver dragon begin to fight.
We need a hole, Piper!
And you see the dragon sweep its tail, knocking them back, and he lurches down onto all 4 and spreads his wings and opens his maw, and this pure silver, almost white, almost so white it's absent of color. This beam blasts through, and you see houses vanish. You see demons vanish, and you see a portion of the castle, the keep, vanish. And Kristoff, you hear, it's there, under the keep. And then he begins to fight.
I think that I'm gonna motion to the boys of the squad, pretty much just like the straight beam that he just made of destruction. That's our path straight to the keep.
Okay.
Gemini.
All right, everybody run. Everybody starts running. Everybody pushes. Athletic checks. Everyone.
4.
5.
9.
Whoa! So you give this command, and this group of ragtag, well-trained fighters like leaves you in the dust. Cheringa, get guys.
Come out of shape.
Jodo and Lance all just bolt. And it isn't until Cheringa turns around and sees you guys a good 40, 50 yards back after they like hard sprint. This fast team of hit 'em hard and run who's like gotten accustomed to just moving quickly. Cheringa looks back and goes, "Come on!"
I come on, and I roll again.
Do me a favor and roll a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
All three of you.
Okay.
Pretty good at those.
I mean, you all rolled sub 10, so
nat
don't
20.
blame Shane.
I got a nat 1.
How did you roll a 9 with your strength and
I got a
athletics
real
score?
low
You must
score.
have. Yeah, I was about to say, Atlas, like that's your jam, and you got under 10.
17.
Okay,
Crit fail. 1.
not great. So with Piper wrecking all of these demons, bodies are flying. And Atlas, you see the first one flying your direction. And you kind of give it that, like, the tap where you kind of grab it and throw it and just keep moving. And it's the same one that heads your direction, Rowan. And because it's coming your direction, you, like, see the whole thing go down and you're able to do, like, a hard fault, right? And just hard stop. And it, like, whizzes by you. Shane, not so lucky. Kristoff, you're just like,
Keep up
I
your pace.
really
Keep up your
need
pace.
to teleport, and just wham, you're struck, and you're gonna take 8 points of bludgeoning damage, and you're gonna be knocked 30 feet out of the way of your path.
30 feet!
30 feet. This thing came at you hard. Boys, what
Would
do
you
you want to
consider
do?
these monsters a two-handed weapon? 1d8 bludgeoning.
No.
Or what?
No.
I'm gonna go help him up. I gotta turn and go help him up.
Okay. And so you guys sprint to catch up with Cheringa and gang. And Cheringa leads you guys to this castle, with this giant, like, almost like charred hole in these ruins, and says, "It's over this way," and motions for you guys to head deeper into the rubble.
We do.
Yep.
Into the
And you guys run in. And Cheringa slides in, but Lance, not so lucky, kind of just moves in full speed. And you see Cheringa, Gidgaiza, and Jodo slide into the castle. And you see Lance run in. And then you see Lance fly out. And he crashes onto the ground 20 feet outside the castle as you guys are coming up on it.
I scoop him up.
And you scoop him up, and he says, "That was real bad." And as you guys turn to look in the castle, you see Chiringa, Gidgaiza, and Jodo all fighting one of those big monstrosities inside close quarters.
Two.
And we're going to be doing combat in this fast combat round kind of style. We're not going to clog it down. So, your turn, boyos.
I've been wanting to try this for a while. I uncoil my whip, and I let arcane energy flow through it, and I will approach within 10 feet, and I hit him with that booming strike. Booming blade, but I'm going to call it booming strike.
Okay. Roll an attack roll.
That's pretty good. That is an 18 plus...
Yeah, that's going to
23.
hit. That's going to hit.
Okay. And it would be safe to say he's got enemies near him?
Yeah, he's got 3 of them right near him.
Literally.
Yep.
It's not enough. A lot of dice on this roll.
Sounds great.
So that is 9, 13, 15, 19 points of damage.
And so you run forward and hard stop, and you uncurl this whip, and you see this worn whip that you pulled from Yarg's shop. It unfolds and lands on the ground, and a spark of arcane energy twirls around it as you whip forward and strike this monstrosity. In response, it turns to you and begins to charge, and it explodes as this booming magical energy roars out. You see Chiringa fly and slam into the wall. You see Jodo Hill and Gidgaiza opposite wall, and you see this thing launched backwards and crashes through a wall. And Chiringa gets to his feet and says, "Maybe next time we don't get on him if you're going to do that." And the other two recover, and they say, "But while this guy's down, let's go." And they move forward. And they lead you through the castle and to the entrance. And Chiringa pulls open this huge, heavy wooden door. And it is ginormous. The first door is not that large. It's large enough that you can see these monsters can squeeze through it. But as you descend almost into a cellar, you see a larger pair of doors. And you can tell just from seeing the first door that it was hidden. The first door was hidden. But obviously they had uncovered it. And Chiringa goes, "You know, I probably should have known better. There can't be anything good behind doors this large."
You didn't know, Chiringa.
It's not your
It
fault.
happens. We got your back.
I mean, it's partially your fault, but
And Chiringa puts a hand on one of the doors, and Lance puts a hand on the ring. The ring. What is that
Knocker?
called, Shane? No, it wouldn't be a knocker, but it's just like a ring that you would use as a handle. Anyways,
Yeah,
So-
it's called that.
they puts the hand on these ring handles, and they pull the door open, and it's a dark hallway.
Not for me, it isn't. I mean, I guess it is up to 60 feet.
Also not for any of us.
Yeah. It's not for anybody there, actually. And so you begin to walk. And you notice that everybody else but you guys are kind of like walking slow and crouched, taking
I
their
roll
time.
a stealth check.
yes.
Thank you.
That is a 26.
24.
Okay.
17.
You
all think you're stealthy. It does not matter what we roll.
You all think you're stealthy. Yeah. You all think you're stealthy. And so you guys move through this hallway, and you're presented with a choice, left or right. Chiringa doesn't
Which
even
way is-
stop, just keeps walking and takes a right.
Yeah, right then.
And this happens. Left, right, downstairs. Left, right, downstairs. Right, left, right, downstairs. And you're noticing as you go through this, you're getting deeper and deeper, and it's getting colder and colder. But weirdly enough, it's getting drier the deeper you get. And you start seeing these flashes of light as you get closer. And Chiringa halts the line and says, "We're getting close. I expect it's not going to be unguarded. Is everyone ready?"
Yes, I have a cunning.
Is there a safe point nearby?
Safe point and a bunch of healing potions.
She busts out a tent. Yeah, she just busts out. "Oh, I'm glad you asked, Atlas." And so she continues to lead the party down, and you guys descend a staircase, and it's been pretty large corridors this whole time, imagining the type of creatures who have to walk through it. And the corridor begins to get wider, and the stairs get wider, and the stairs get larger, and you guys are no longer able to do a couple stairs at a time as you're moving down. You're starting to have to do one stair at a time because they're getting bigger. And then you hit a plateau, and there's a huge room laid out before you. And on the opposite side of this room, maybe 100 feet, 200 feet, you see a large doorway. And you can see lights flashing and emanating from within that doorway. And that's the only reason you can see the silhouette of the door as the light fades from your vision. And Chiringa says, "The doors are just through this room. But I can't imagine we're not going to run into something. Any ideas?"
Yes, I have a cunning plan.
Care to share with the group?
As soon as we walk in there, I'm going to cast catapult on the door and pick the direction of closed. We're going to shut the doors and then murder everyone inside there so they do not reopen them.
I like the cut of your jib. Let's go. And you guys continue to move.
Stealthily.
And you notice that you are managing to evade some of these monsters as they're patrolling. And you guys get closer to the door on the opposite side of the room, and there's a flash of light. And you guys are going by, but as there's a flash of light...
Wait, I'm sorry. We've been avoiding monsters this whole time?
in this big room.
In the big room, okay.
Yeah. In this big room, not the hallways.
I was saying, it's like, if we get them one-on-one, it behooves us to take them out.
Yeah, no. I would have told you guys if you walked by them. And
appreciate it.
When there's this flash of light coming from the door that you guys now are near, and your silhouettes are painted against the wall, and you guys all turn and look, and you notice that the amount of silhouettes did not add up to the amount of people that were there.
More or less.
More. And you begin walking, and it happens again. The silhouettes appear, and there's more.
Are they our silhouettes or the silhouettes of the monsters?
They're silhouettes not monster size. They're silhouettes humanoid size, but they're not your silhouettes. They're additional silhouettes to your silhouettes.
How close are we to that door?
You're coming up on passing through the archway. And once you pass through this threshold, you guys can see a long bridge. And it is a bridge where you can't see what's at the bottom. And on the opposite side, you see two doors shoved open against the wall and a swirling portal of energy and you watch as monsters step out. You watch and see every few minutes to every 10 minutes. You can't really time it. It seems to be random, sporadic, but they're coming out in pairs. And you guys have found a way between you and the open door now. There are 6 of them, and they're heading towards you to get to the threshold.
We're going to take a break from your regularly programmed Lawful Stupid podcast to talk about Dice Dungeons.
So Dice Dungeons have these sick battle maps, right? And I remember back in the day taking whatever cardboard I could find, old soda can containers, and just marking grids on them and just trying my best. Those days are over with these battle maps.
They're made of cloth. Like, I want to point that out. They're made of cloth, and they're like these beautifully drawn battle maps, and they cost like next to nothing. They cost like one fancy Starbucks drink, and you've got a battle map.
Oh, less than a fancy Starbucks drink. And like, it's just got like that feel to it. That's like, you can't get that. The other,
and
like,
we're actually
on this, yeah.
We're going to help you out with that price point. It's going to be a less fancy Starbucks drink because you're going to be able to use a coupon code, and you're going to be able to get a discount exclusive for our listeners.
That's right. If you put in Lawful at the checkout page, you get 10% off battle maps. And you can get a 6-pack of these bad boys, because when one's not enough and you just need them all, you need 6 at once, you 10% off that whole order. It's
Final
so
selling point, they store, because you know what you can do with cloths? You can fold them, you can roll them up, you can put them in your backpack. Easy travel. If you want to go to a friend's house and play, get yours today.
So I actually want to take the IT guy version of this. These are cloths. They're nice quality. I'm pretty sure, again, this is not site recommended, you could probably clean your smartphone, your mouse, just wipe off your laptop. Like, you can play with D&D, and they can be useful. You know
and
what?
You could wear them.
Your glasses get smudged?
Yeah, that's true. I'm going
outside, you wear
to
it.
acquire another one of these just so I can have a mouse pad at work. The roadside campsite. That's right. That way I can be the coolest guy with the coolest mouse pad at work. That's just going to happen.
Depending on the size of that mouse, it may or may not be a gargantuan creature. Your experience may vary.
That's true. Again, you can use Lawful at checkout to get 10% off of your entire order of your battle maps.
Dice Dungeons, a better way to dice.
Taringa, Atlas, in the front. Block off the bridge. We support you from behind. Charge through. As soon as we get within 60 feet, I close those doors with magic, and then we fucking murder them.
I'm thinking of Yarg, and I'm like, for Yarg.
For Yarg.
And Taringa looks back at you, Kristoff, and says, "Are you sure?"
I'm willing to take other suggestions.
The players. What did you say? Sorry.
I'm willing to take other suggestions.
And Taringa says, Listen, I'm not the smartest, but going toe-to-toe with them doesn't make me feel real good at all.
We have to get within 60 feet or I can't close the door.
And
if we leave them alive, they will just reopen it.
Taringa looks at you and says, "I trust you, Kristoff." And turns around.
Famous last words.
And walks forward side by side with Atlas. Atlas,
focus on defense.
If you want to break into a charge, or you guys want to do a phalanx walk, where it's just a defensive walk, how do you want to do it? He's following your lead. Once an episode, ladies and gentlemen, has to happen.
You focus on dodging. Take that action and bolster your defenses and just be at the front where they can't get to us, and we will wail on them from behind. Your only job is to not let them get to us.
All right.
How do you want to handle that?
I'm going to be in the front of that bridge.
No, I get that. But you're like, per his plan, you have to march out and meet them to give him room to try and get closer to 60 feet.
Well, if they're going to come to us, they can't have all 6 attack us at the same time, so we'll send them feet in. What kind of bridge is this?
It's a bridge wide enough for two of them.
What is it made of? Is it like a rope bridge, like a sturdy?
It's like a stone. It's like a stone, hard platform. It's not shaking as they walk, and they're huge. So the question is, they're walking towards you. Are you going to walk out to meet them, or are you going to just wait?
I'm going to wait. Have them come out to meet me. I'm also going to use my reaction, sort of waiting right now. What kind of are we doing fighting styles?
It's going to be the fluid ones. We're not going to. There's too many people to do an initiative round. And so the way that kind of works, we're going to kind of harden those rules a little bit. We're going to do back and forth. One of you, one of them. One of you, one of them. That way it's faster. It feels faster paced. Unless you guys want to do combo stuff, and at that point, we'll roll a percentage die, or one of you guys can, to combo things to see how effective it is. Everybody cool with those rules?
Really cool.
Yes.
Because they're homebrew? Alright, let's go. Okay, so per Atlas, they go to the mouth of the bridge, and they wait. And
you need to be moving forward, Atlas.
Kristoff, with your vision, your perception, you see another 2 come from the portal.
We need to get there in a hurry, Atlas.
I'll charge in.
But also defensive, Atlas.
And you see Tringa, who's taking a defensive posture, shield forward, blade at the ready, see you run forward, and in surprise, he rushes forward. Shield forward, shield up, or shield in one hand, sword in the other, both arms pumping forward. Atlas, you charge forward. What
you said there's 6, or is there 8 now?
There's 8 now. It's 2 space, 2 space, 2, because they're just marching in pairs of 2.
Okay. I just want to chop at those legs, specifically at the ankles.
Do me a favor, do an attack roll. And going specific for an ankle shot, put a -5.
That's 15.
Okay, so you run up, Willow or
Alaria for sure.
Alright, you run up and you pull Alaria free from a scabbard?
Yes.
We never really established. From a scabbard, and you hear as the blade draws, and as you hear the almost noise, you hear, yes! And you bring that blade across the ankles and of the one on the right, and you see the black ichor go forth. But it responds by swinging its blade at you.
Unless you want to count.
Yeah, you can. No, you can do
extra
2.
attack now.
Yeah,
regular
go
attack.
ahead. Yeah,
That's a nat 20 plus my 7. That's 27.
Okay, so you swing through the first one, the first dip in the ankles, and it doesn't quite do what you need. So it's almost like Alaria compelled you to come back across. So you come, and then it's a hard stop, and it didn't even feel like you. And then you come back across, and you disconnect the ankles of that one, and it falls to its knees, and it's almost like eye level with you now, and it responds by flinging its sword straight at you. Dexterity saving throw, please.
17.
Okay, you're able to lean to the side and pitch, and your foot grapples the edge of the bridge well, but that sword keeps rolling through, and you see Lance catch it with his chest, and you see Lance pierced against the wall, and he's struggling to fight this blade that's impaled him. So Chiringa just leaps and drop kicks the one on its knees. And you see that beast, that monster of a creature, just rocket off the side of the bridge. And as Chiringa almost does this weird somersault thing, and he lands on his feet and bashes the next one with his shield, and it stumbles back a pace.
Alright.
I'm going to call in response. Rogan, take care of the other bard.
Gotcha.
And I'm gonna step up and from behind Taringa hit the remaining beast with a booming blow.
So you're gonna run up. So you're gonna run forward onto the bridge and then attack over Taringa.
Yes.
Okay. Roll an attack, please.
That's a 19 naturally.
Alright, that hits. So you again, almost more fluid this time. You running up, you uncurl your whip and it kind of drags across the ground, and you, in an arcing strike over Taringa's shoulder, and so much to the point that Taringa almost can feel the air crackling around as the arcane energy passes by his head, and it snaps against that huge monster of a creature, and it moves forward in response to your attack, and the booming blade triggers, and you hear this roar as it flies off the side, but in response it flings its sword into the bridge, still holding on, and it's dangling for a brief moment before it swings itself back up. And Taringa ducks, but too late. And Taringa is knocked past Atlas. Atlas, sleight of hand saving throw? It's really just a dexterity saving throw, and if you had sleight of hand, you were going to get bonus for it. That's fine. I say sleight of hand specifically because if you had sleight of hand, I was going to give you bonus. So 18. So Taringa gets tossed past you, and as you see Taringa flying, you kind of grab Taringa's chest plate and pull him back down to his feet. And you hear Taringa say, "Oh, thanks, Alice."
My pleasure. And then I want to attack the one that did that to him.
Well,
Okay.
all I'm doing is going
Yeah,
to
let
check on
everyone have a
hands. It is important.
That's important.
Yeah. Alright, so you want to run over and
I'm
check on
assuming
lands?
medicine check.
Yeah, you can do that.
Just pull the blade out and then heal him for 1 hit point and move on with your life.
I don't have any spell slots. We never got a rest.
Very true.
Dope. If I'd known that, I would have been there to lay on hands for that 1 HP. My bust.
Well, it's a nat 20. That's it.
Hey,
That's
that's
as good
pretty
as
good.
1 hit point.
So you walk over and
It's good as stable.
he's got a giant so here's how we're gonna do this. Nat 20 rule of cool, and this is fun narrative anyways. You walk over and you assess him and you feel your flute vibrate, and you see these soft vibrations in the air kind of seal the wound around the sword, and Lance passes out. And you get the feeling that Lance is going to be okay for a little bit,
Good.
but it's not
It's
great.
enough.
It's not great. And Atlas, as you're staring toe to toe with this one who's on the bridge on its feet, and Taringa to your side, now it's you two on one side, this monster on the other. 2 more come up, and you're gonna get attacked on from your right side. And I'm assuming a 21 connects. Do me a favor and take 12 slashing damage and 1 necrotic damage. And as this monstrosity comes up, it swings its blade down, and you feel it cut deep into your shoulder. And you feel the burn, that sickly deep burn, as the blade pulls free from you. And Kristoff, as a purveyor of magics, you can see the black smoke pull off of it.
Not good.
You're gonna be a demon now. They're weird demons.
You're a weird demon.
From the arcade
wizard.
war.
It's now y'all's turn to kind of make an action as a group. You can invoke NPC actions. You can do your own thing. You try to do combos.
Can Taringa just shield bash this motherfucker off the bridge?
It will... Sharinga's action, if you choose to take Sharinga just alone, that will count as your side's action. You won't be getting bonuses from the NPCs. Does that make sense? Because you're back and forth between your team and their team.
What I'm saying is that Taringa as an NPC can invoke him to shove this motherfucker who's weak off the bridge.
Yeah, Taringa is less of a class and more of a... has a bunch of different abilities. And Shield Bash has already been established.
I'll fucking wombo combo with him because you said we could wombo combo.
Absolutely.
I'll take my whip to try to fucking take out his leg and have Taringa Shield Bash him.
Do me a favor and roll percentage dice.
Hello. Bye. We'll just tabletop him. I'm just going to go to my hands and knees. He's got coming.
92.
Okay, so you swing you shout something, I assume?
Yeah, I go, you go high, I go low. With
And
crap.
Sharinga leaps forward as he sees the whip latch and bashes with the shield, and almost like it's fast. Sharinga just bullets right into that thing. And Kristoff, Sharinga moves so fast that it takes you a second to pull your whip free, and you almost feel yourself head in that direction. You're like, whoa! And it plummets to its death.
Fantastic.
And Atlas, do me a favor and roll either an athletics or an acrobatic saving throw. Yep.
Oof. Like crit 1. Wait, you said, is it a save? But it's
yeah.
Is that a dex save? You said I could choose dex or strength?
Athletics or acrobatics?
Oh,
Skill
acrobatics.
check or saving throw?
That's a
Saving throw.
17.
I mean, it's still a 1 because that's what you roll.
I
A
roll
1.
advantage on dex 6, according to D&D Beyond.
Yeah, he has uncanny dodge now.
Yeah, but is that only for dexterity saving throws?
Yeah, saving
Not
throw modifier is
necessarily?
advantage on dexterity saving throws.
That's why I asked if it was a
unless I'm
saving throw or
blinded,
a skill
deaf, or
check.
incapacitated.
Yeah, that's my bust for not making it just a acrobatics check. My bad. Yeah, so this monster goes to grab you, and you are able to step backwards where Taringa once was, and now you and Taringa are forming a line against these two. And you see...
Oh, 2 more moved up?
Yeah, because you had that's the 2 that moved up while you guys were sparring off with that 1.
Well, how close are we to the door then?
You guys didn't move that far up. Remember, Atlas chose to sit.
No,
and
he
it's
was
a long
charged.
ways away. You guys made it. Yeah, but he sat at the door for a long time. So you guys
I'm just asking how many feet are we from the door?
You guys moved 30 feet up, so you're still probably from where the front line is, 80 to 90 feet.
Okay.
So you guys
That's our
have
goal
to,
is to get within 60.
Yep, you have to push through. And it is your team's
I
turn.
want to go rage mode.
You do that. Do you
That's
have any
it.
left?
That's
You
the last.
haven't
That's the last
rested.
one.
All right, cool. Last one.
And then so I have
and
2
then-
standing in front of me. Is that what I'm getting there?
Yep.
So I will say, with me, Taringa, and I'm gonna step up to that first one, whichever one's closest, and I'm gonna take a swing at that boy.
Wait, so point of reference, are you wanting Taringa to do something with you?
No, it's just kind of like
Or are you
rallying
just
him.
attacking?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure. Go ahead and roll 2 attacks then.
21, and that's a natural 20.
Okay, so
Crits!
you step forward and Alaria almost sings. You almost hear her singing a song. You can't
Oh,
recognize
Nervish tune.
you can't recognize the words because you're so entranced in this bloodlust. But Kristoff and Rowan, from your viewpoints as you're watching, you just see the blade dance. It's not 2 attacks, it's multiple attacks. It's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 slashes. And you see the monster stumble back. And it stumbles forward almost in response. And 1 more slash happens, and you see the monster black ichor explodes forth, and it falls free from the bridge.
Slash.
The ominous.
And how close are the
ominous
next
slash.
ones to me?
The ones further
Yeah,
back,
because there's like a space, like 10 feet or what?
they're 15 feet.
Okay, never mind. You're good to go.
Okay. So the one to your left now that's still standing is going to pick Sharinga up by his throat. And you hear Sharinga gasping for air. And Sharinga's going to take some hours. And that's what they do.
Oh, well. Yep.
Is he still holding Taringa?
Yep.
All right.
In the air.
Story. I'm gonna rush and green flame blade, like right in the thing's hand.
Yeah.
You're gonna try and chop the
I mean,
arm
I
off
was
or
just
something?
gonna like try to get the hands, so loosen the grip on Taringa. That's
Okay.
24.
Okay, cool. Just checking. Okay, yeah, you hit. Roll damage.
That's pretty good. 11. So 17. And then it pops over to the other monster thing.
Within how far? Because the closest one is 15 foot. What's the range on that?
It is.
It's less than
it
15
is
feet. It's 5 feet.
Okay, so it doesn't
that's what I
skip.
thought. Yeah, so you run up and you like leap and bring this magical green flame blade down on its arm, and you see Tringa fall. And Tringa collapses and rolls, and you see Tringa's hands on the edge of the bridge, struggling to stay up.
Well, I reach for it.
And as you do that, roll a dexterity saving throw.
That's a 21.
21.
The back of this hilt strikes you, and you take 6 points of bludgeoning damage, but you're able to grab
That's all that
Tringa's
matters.
hand.
0 time.
Zero time.
What do you guys want to do on your side, boys?
Old boy who just fucking hurt my friend about to get a whip cracked.
Okay.
That is 19 to hit.
That's gonna connect.
$21.
21 damage.
Yeah.
And so it stumbles backwards. And you don't do any booming blade or anything like that on it?
Yeah, that was a booming blade.
Okay, sorry. Next time, make sure I know that.
Yeah. If I say you're going to get a whip crack,
It's
unless I
assume.
it's a booming blade, unless pretty much there's an ally in the way, in which case I will say it's just a regular whip.
So it stumbles backwards, and you hear from behind you the scream of a gnome or a halfling, and you see Gidgeiza fall. And you turn to look, or you guys turn to look, and you see 2 more of these things at your back. What do you guys want to do?
Luna, give him the business.
Okay. You want her to act?
I do.
Okay.
I want to see what she got.
So Luna leaps up, and you see 2 blades reach to meet her. And on the right one, she lands and runs down it, being so much smaller than them. And you watch as she kicks this thing in its head, and it just snaps back. But she's not fast enough to dodge the blade. And you see her get struck, and she flies against the wall. And Kristoff, you can see shadows rippling behind her as she passes and slams against the wall. Your turn, boys.
So we are free to move forward?
No, you still have that one guy. Yeah, there's one guy. You can go try to go around him, right? There's still that one guy. You hit him, but he didn't fall off, and he's still standing.
Is Taringa standing?
I assume Atlas would have pulled him up as a free action while you were taking your attack. I assume.
Yeah,
Atlas.
that's a thing, for sure.
Not
Yeah,
Atlas.
Rowan. Oh, for
Rowan,
sure.
because Rowan grabbed his arm. Yeah. So Taringa's like getting up from the being on the edge.
Second verse, same as the first.
All right, and yeah, it's my turn. Can I go? I'll just hammer through this door.
Yeah, you can charge forward.
Anything in my way.
Oh,
it's
okay.
just
I was going to go for the old Taringa shield bash whip leg combo again.
Is that what you want to do? I mean,
That's what I meant by second verse, same as the first.
okay. Well, so hold on. Like, to be fair, if Atlas wants to go, since you
Yeah,
or
no, by
Rowan-
all means,
yeah.
take all the.
Do you want to do something, Atlas, or do you want to let him to do the?
well, I'm gonna attack one. Might as well. They're just in front of
Or
me.
I can do it with Atlas. I can Atlas shove him and I'll whip his leg out.
Yeah. I'll just
Okay.
swing him with the old uppercut with my sword as he grabs the leg.
Okay. Go ahead and
Percentage dice?
roll a percentage dice.
79.
Mine's 44. Or does he need to do one since he's doing percentage?
No. Since there's two players, 77 plus 44.
79.
What?
79.
39.
If it comes down to the however many percent.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. No, that's good. So you whip its feet, and Atlas uppercuts with Alaria, and you see this black ichor splash on Atlas. Atlas, do me a favor and roll a Constitution saving throw.
And if there's anybody within 10 feet, they'll take that 1d6 damage. That's only a 10 for Constitution saving.
You're going to take 12 necrotic damage, and it falls off. And again, same deal. Kristoff's not prepared for it, and you kind of see he's kind of teeters with it. And the next set comes forward to meet you.
Fuck, dog!
And you see two more come from the portal.
Did we move an inch forward?
You guys would have moved 5 or 10 feet forward, and they're going to meet you. And now you have two more coming from the portal, and two more behind you.
No, one of them's got his neck snapped.
Oh, yeah, sorry. One behind you. And Atlas and Taringa are frontline, and I need you to roll a dexterity saving throw.
Who's you? Atlas?
Yeah, Atlas. He's up front. You muted yourself, brother.
21.
Okay, so one of these coming up to meet swings its blade in an arc, and it comes from your side, and you dodge. Taringa's not fast enough to dodge it, but it's fast enough to bring up his shield, and you see Taringa sail backwards off the edge again, and Taringa drops his blade and reaches out for your hand.
I reached down to grab him.
Slide a hand saving throw, please.
16.
And you grab Taringa's hand, but not without kind of stumbling forward with Taringa. Taringa's over on the edge, and you're holding him from falling. And you see two of these monstrous creatures standing over you. And the picture painted is two of these monsters standing over Atlas, holding Taringa
Son of a bitch!
over the edge.
Son of a bitch!
Two more behind those two. Two more behind those two. With this portal of light casting silhouettes and this roaring energy. And you see Lance. Lanced to the wall, of all things. You see a halfling face down. You see Luna recovering from being struck. and another of these monsters heading your direction. And Rowan on the bridge, Kristoff on the bridge, ready to be attacked from both sides.
The last thing I say, I look over on Pony and say, play the lute.
Is this an episode in? Because that's the way you're making it seem right now.
Yeah, whenever he
that's
says,
the way.
I'm going to paint the picture,
Yeah.
that means he's about to fuck me in the ass.
No.
He's about to just end the episode while I am just so ready for it.
Do you want to play the lute as your last thing? Because I actually think
Yeah,
that
sure. I'll give
was
it a shot.
moment. And so, as this painting is created, you see Rowan strum the lute, and the lute begins to glow, and more importantly, the crack down it glows even brighter. And that's where we're going to end tonight's episode. Boys?
Yeah.
Dwayne.
I honestly thought you were just gonna
I
have
know everything.
Dragonfindle like claw his way through the earth down into that cavern and like explode all of them and be like, we're good now. Didn't even need you.
You didn't do that.
No, that's not at all how that was going to go.
Well, thanks for listening to Lawful Stupid. That's the whole... We're going to roll new
This
characters.
is our last episode.
We're fine.
Looks bleak for the Dukes of Hazzard. Next time.
those Lawful Stupid boys better start flapping their arms and learning to fly.
No,
It's not looking great for you guys.
You've got us in a bit of a sticky wicket.
I mean, you guys got yourself in a sticky wicket. I just let the world form around you.
Yeah.
Nobody made you do any of the things you did tonight.
You presented us with a scenario, and we reacted. If I have led us to folly with my stratagems, I apologize. But I didn't see another way out. I didn't expect him to come from behind.
You guys snuck through that room with all those other
I
ones.
specifically asked if we ran into any monsters so we could take them out one by
invisible,
one before we came in.
I
they're invisible.
actually specifically said you guys were sneaking around those bigger ones in that first room. Because
I was confused about the layout. I thought the large room was the room with the bridge in it. That's true. Yeah. Who dog?
Thanks for listening.
You guys.
Thank you so much for listening to our deaths, please. Taps plays. It's 10 o'clock and Taps plays in the distance.
Yep.
Not joking. Oh, God.
Basically, so next episode, you're going to get to meet everybody's alt fever. No.
Yeah, everybody's going to get their
Mine's
new
just gonna be
characters.
your boy
That's right.
again.
Super good.
Mine's gonna be Lance. He lives.
Yeah. Lance. Poor Lance. I love that. Alright, go get him, Ryan. Medicine check?
Hey, look, I think I know what's wrong. There's a sword in your chest.
Yeah. That looks bad.
My expert prognosis. You're fucked.
I got him stable.
It's true.
Yeah.
You did a good
So-
job. Everybody did a good job. Everybody's alive so far.
Thanks for listening. Check out our
Thanks for
socials,
listening.
our Twitter, our Instagram, and check out our website. There's a lot of cool stuff. There's fan art, there's Patreon links, there's lots of good other stuff as well. Shane, I'll let you boast about your stuff since that's still fresh and new for you.
I'm actively waiting for you in Discord. Currently, as you're listening to this, I'm in Discord.
I'm in
please
Discord
come hang out
right
with me.
now.
I'm also in
As am
Discord.
I.
Well, this is a future thing. This is right now. We're
Yeah.
in the past in Discord, but I'm
I
saying
mean,
as this
let's,
episode
I mean,
let's
releases,
Shane's
I'll
assume
listen
we're in
to it.
Discord. Like, when you're done, we're probably in Discord, just waiting.
Yeah. Roll for humanity. Yes. That's 11. $11 go to the charity that our Patreons will choose.
Yeah.
Yay!
I don't even know what month it is anymore.
Things, yeah, his death is just like, it's weighing on him, and it's not even here yet. But that's good. We will find out what happens to the Lawful Stupid boys.
Yeah, they get to find out next week.
time.
We gotta wait forever. Oh my
Pray
God.
for us.
That's true.
No, we're playing again on Wednesday, right?
No, not confirmed. We played already. But I'll just send you tidbits of your demise. It'll be great. I'll just.
Yeah, thanks. You please piecemeal my fucking death out to me.
It'll be just like I'll be just randomly sending you like flashbacks for your character. You're like, that's weird. I mean, like it usually is. You usually see your whole life flash before your eyes.
You're
So
a
I just
young
thought you
boy
could
in the
have
kingdom
this.
of silence.
Yes,
You're playing with your Madman's Fun action figure.
that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh
Cool.
boy.
Well,
Thanks so
I
much for
appreciate
listening.
it.
We love you very much.
Bye.
Bye.
We are storytellers.
We are creators.
We are gamers.
We are dreamers.
We are players.
We are players.
We are players.
We are DMs.
We are nerdsmith.